private prisons, and hidden profits in immigration detention. Every year, tens of thousands of immigrants are locked up in detention centers across the United States. Most people assume these facilities are run by the government, but many are actually operated by private companies. And behind the bars, there's a hidden economy that's quietly generating billions in profit. In this video, we're going to expose how private prison companies profit from immigration detention, and how their incentives can conflict with justice, safety, and human rights. Private prisons aren't a new idea. They've existed for decades, but their role in immigration detention has skyrocketed in the last 20 years. Companies like CoreCivic and GEO Group operate dozens of immigration detention centers nationwide, earning millions of dollars per detainee per day. This model turns human lives into a revenue stream. But it's not just about daily rates. These companies have contracts that guarantee minimum occupancy, sometimes called lockup quotas. That means even if the number of detainees drops, the government still pays as if the facilities are full. Imagine a hotel charging you for rooms you never used. That's how these contracts work. So how exactly do these hidden profits work? There are several ways. As I mentioned, these contracts often have a minimum number of beds the government must pay for. If a center is only half full, taxpayers still cover the cost as if it's full. This guarantees the private company's predictable revenue regardless of actual demand. Private companies cut costs wherever possible: understaffing, low wages for employees, and minimal services for detainees. Meanwhile, they charge high per-detainee rates to the government. The profit margins can be enormous. Many centers make money through ancillary services, phone calls, commissary items, and medical services. Detainees often pay inflated fees for basic communication or hygiene products. It's a system designed to monetize every aspect of confinement. Private prison companies also spend millions lobbying for stricter immigration enforcement, extended detention periods, and policies that increase incarceration. In other words, they profit by influencing the very laws that keep their facilities full. The hidden profits in immigration detention create serious consequences for people in society. Cost-cutting measures often compromise safety and well-being. Reports from oversight organizations show overcrowding, insufficient medical care, and mistreatment. Profit motives can conflict with the responsibility to care for vulnerable people. Because revenue is tied to occupancy, companies benefit when more people are detained. This can encourage longer detention periods and even push policies that increase the detained population, rather than solutions like community release or alternatives to detention. The taxpayer ultimately pays the bill, often billions per year, while private companies reap enormous profits. Meanwhile, communities and families bear the social and emotional costs of long-term detention. Private facilities are often less transparent than public ones. Audits, inspections, and accountability measures are weaker, allowing mismanagement or abuse to go unchecked. This lack of transparency means problems often go unnoticed until they escalate, affecting not just the detainees but the staff, communities, and taxpayers who are indirectly involved. Private prisons in immigration detention aren't just businesses. They are profit-driven institutions with incentives that can conflict with justice and human dignity. When money depends on locking people up, it raises fundamental ethical questions about who we imprison and why. As citizens, it's crucial to understand these hidden profits and push for policies that prioritize human rights over corporate gain. Transparency, accountability, and alternatives to detention are essential if we want a system that is both fair and humane. Beyond reforming detention policies, it's also important to examine the broader system of incarceration and privatization that allows profit motives to dictate how people are treated behind bars. Awareness is the first step. The more people know about these hidden profits, the more pressure there is for change. If you found this video eye-opening, consider sharing it. These are real people whose lives are at stake, and understanding the system is the first step toward creating one that values justice over profit. Description: private prisons aren't just about incarceration, they're big business. In the U.S., many immigration detention centers are run by private companies that profit from keeping people locked up. From guaranteed occupancy contracts to inflated fees for basic services, these companies turn human lives into revenue streams. In this video, we break down how private prison companies generate hidden profits, influence immigration policy, and create perverse incentives that harm detainees, taxpayers, and communities. Understanding this system is the first step toward accountability and reform. If you want to stay informed about how profit-driven institutions shape justice and human rights, make sure to watch, share, and subscribe.